I'm here in the lot trying to get these heifers all fed up. I put the feed out. I'm kind of going to wait till most of them get around me here. Got some that's still a little timid. I don't know where. We're 30 days, way better than 30 days into weaning on these things. Day after this is Black Friday today. It'd be impossible to get a count on these things when they're like this. But I guess I gotta try. Yeah, I'm a little bit late at getting around, but some of them are kind of dumb. They still haven't figured out how to get to where the feeder is. They've been over there. They just acting dumb. Just acting dumb. The little one's gonna figure it out for them. Down this feeder. They're all here. Every last blasted one of them. 27 head in this pen. All heifers. I've got twice as much ground that I could put steers on. That's what I got ground that I can put heifers on, because we got, and even this one here, part of the year I have my bull running across the fence from it, but I'm not having any trouble with him getting in there. But the other places I've got, whether the neighbor's bull or Scott's, or we'll have a group of first calf heifers being bred in the field right next to them, stuff like that. I just ain't got a very good place to keep heifers, and there's only about, I don't know, maybe 20 acres of pasture here, so they keep the pasture eat right short. And we had their whole pasture planted to wheat this year, and it came up, and it had just a little bit of moisture on it to get it to go ahead and sprout, and the dadgum stuff got scorched by the hot weather, and it got dry. I haven't, I don't own these calves. They belong to Scott and Caitlin, but they raised these three on the bottle this last year, and then just turned them out and had them running with their cows. So I told them if he'd bring them down here, I'd put them in this pen and go to feeding them, and they are right friendly little dudes. Nita really likes that one with the white stripe around his nose. They're all three just jerseys. But I bet they've gained 50 to 100 pounds in the 2 weeks they've been here. The only bad part about this pen is I don't have water to it, and I have to haul water with that tank. But it's pretty close to the house. They're saying, "Get us some feed! Get us some feed!" Okay, I will. And here's the steers. I'm still working on this deal up here. I got, I had some feeders I put up here in this portable pen, and it's not far off from where it's going to be. There's going to be a 20-foot pen that starts at that fence and comes either 30 or 40 feet this way and over. In the middle is going to be an alleyway with a head gate on it. It'll have a 10-foot kind of a sweep type of a gate on the back end of it on both sides, and then there'll be a pin on this side of it. I think the pin on this side of it's kind of going to take in that tree. So, but all the outsides of the pins around that's going to be made of portable. I've gotten a bunch of portable panels from having cattle all over the place on ranch grounds. Didn't have no corral, stuff like that. We're gonna fix some of them up and kind of use them more in a permanent position. 22 head here, doing good. Getting to where they all come right on up and eat in the feeder. I didn't even call them this morning, they just come on up. A few of them's kind of got dirty butts still, but when I first turned them in here, I mean, it's green, lush grass. And they have done some working on it, and this piece is probably a considerable amount short of 20 acres. Only got 50 some acres here, and I know the piece that goes north is a 20 acre piece, and then this piece over here that's hayfield has got to be more than 20 acres. So, but this one's got 2 ponds on it, and it's between where we keep our bulls for the winter and where I've got 2 neighbors, actually, believe it or not, both think they have to have bulls. So one of them, they just put him in there. Last winter, when we had 9 bulls in a field right next to it, they went and got their bull, brought him home, put him in there. Little bitty pen. They don't have enough grass to feed them. They'll be haying them year round. It's hard to tell what other people are thinking. If I was having to hay stuff year round, I would do different because I wouldn't be able to afford it, but I think they count them more like pets. Mine are not pets, they're working animals. Done a bunch of work trying to get a road up in here, this where we was just at, and it's been ongoing for years because I've always had cattle in here. When I bought this ground right here, and we go on up here and look, the whole, all except for the hayfield and about 5-6 acres of ground, maybe 7, was growed up in brush that that would be like that stuff on that pond bank, 20 foot tall. And it goes from here, I don't know, you can tell all the way over the road. And this piece was 88 acres when I bought it. And I mowed on it, I cut on it with a chainsaw. I bought me a little Massey Ferguson track loader and went to pushing them out. And I was growing chickens back then, so I had a readily available supply of fertilizer. We could do we could grow quite a lot of grass without having to work very hard at it. So I cleaned up on this much as I could. I had a guy log a bunch of it. There was some huge blackjack trees in it, and they hauled them out for pulpwood. That hayfield's always produced pretty good Bermuda hay, and I was renting it whenever the guy sold it to me, so I just kind of always thought this up here make pretty good year-round pasture. And I've had cows having calves in here before and stuff like that. Always have liked to winter my bulls somewhere where we can keep a whole bunch of bulls together. It takes about as long to take care of 24 of them as it does to take care of 2, so you got them a little space where they can get away from each other, better off. Enough for now. Right here is where we unrolled some of our round bale yesterday. They didn't clean it up very good. They seem to think you should do something like that for them all the time. Sometimes they'll come to the gate and bawl. Like, I fed you, you got plenty out there. You didn't clean it up hard. So feeding a little of these square bales along. And these will be better hay. It's the stuff I've got in round bale. A lot of that I've been using out in the barn for 2 years. They like these square bales. They'll clean them up. That was the first hay I baled this year, actually. And they'll clean them up until there ain't nothing left. You won't even be able to tell where I set them out. Click them out when I come to feed tomorrow. It's a nice clear day today, but boy, that wind is a little bit brisk. Well, just want to put a little update on here. It's a little bit later than I had to stop almost for 30-40 minutes to help Scott at the mill for a little bit. But still, only about 10 o'clock in the morning. Just got my chores finished. And I want to thank you for watching my videos. I've not got a lot of subscribers, but I've got a few. Appreciate you guys watching what's going on for us here in Northeast Oklahoma. Just hadn't been a whole lot of extra going on, and that's the reason my videos have been a little farther in between. I did come up with a new to me tractor here a little while back, and Scott has gotten the motor on his tractor almost all back together. He bought all the parts, the wearable parts on it, had the head fixed. I don't know if you hadn't watched that video. His 1086 International went to making a racket in the motor, and turned out it was wrist pin bushing that broke in half, and it was rolling around in there and getting doubled, and then when it wasn't doubled it would make a lot of noise. It was like there was a rod bearing missing, a crankshaft or something. We caught that. I think we're going to have it all fixed back up and going here in just a little bit. He didn't lack but like one or two little things on it. He'd have her to where we can try to start it